Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play The Sims 3 Perfect Genetics Challenge Generation 7 Part 20. I realized in the last part that I messed up. Last part was Part 19, this is Part 20. So, yeah, we are starting this part off by aging up the boys. So, Aiden and Kai, I am still pronouncing it Aiden because I'm pre-recording. If I've had a comment to correct me, otherwise I have not yet seen it. So I'm sorry if it annoys anybody that I pronounce it that way. I almost feel like I've had a Kid 100 Baby Challenge that was Aiden as well. I don't know. However, I will tell you that I counted, so I decided to write down, it was, okay. That's a whole story here. So really quick, Aiden is artistic, clumsy, and a good sense of humor. But I decided to move all of my perfect genetic stuff to another notebook because I wanted to be able to list out the generations and stuff. And the notebook that I was using for my perfect genetics, not only is it a really old notebook, so it's practically falling apart. Like, it doesn't close all the way. The pages are all bunched up around the spine. Like, it doesn't work the best because it is such an old notebook. So I also didn't have any more room to list out the whole all of the generations and stuff like that, list all the kids. So I moved it all to it's not a new notebook, but a notebook that is less used. Oh, Clara finished her book. Kai, I'm being called for, give me a second. Sorry about that, it was supper time. So, back to this. Kai is a genius, clumsy, and star quality. Go him. So I don't remember exactly where I left off. I know what I was talking about. But I moved everything perfect genetics related over. Both the dogs coming in here. Over to a new notebook. And then I, wrote down each generation, stuff like that. And then I counted it up. So, if you guys know, I did a 100 baby challenge. And I completed it within 3 generations. I have now technically completed this challenge twice, if you would like to say that, because we've had 106 kids over the past 7 generations. And that's not counting, I don't know how many she's pregnant with right now. But as of Aiden, we've had 106 children. Like, whoa. Whoa. A lot. So many kids. When Ronan gets home, he's going to be aged up, just letting you know. Also, I rearranged the nursery for whatever reason. They could only use 1 crib, which didn't make any sense because I've used at least 3 of them before. I always knew one of them was probably not going to work because of how they were positioned. But I got rid of the fireplace, even though it kept the thing on the outside, and I just decided not to worry about it. And this is how the nursery looks now. It's nothing special. Honestly, I don't like how it's arranged. It's kind of an awkward shaped room when you have 4 cribs to the side and not a lot of stuff to put in here. But it is what it is. So we're actually going to go upstairs. And we're going to decorate this other room over here. I don't know. I feel kind of hesitant to use such a big room. I want to wait until we have quads or something to put in here, so maybe I won't use that room. See, it's just that this room is really small, so I might redecorate this room over here. So I think I could fit another easel over here if I put a bunk bed there. So I think that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna redecorate Eloise's old room. The boys like blue and green. Those are the colors we will be using. Okay. Today has been a nice kick back and relax day. Yesterday was homecoming. Day before was a bad day. But I decided to start a new Netflix show today. I love Last Man Standing, especially Eve. Eve is my favorite character, easily. And other people that have seen the show often compare my dad and I to Eve and Mike Baxter. Like, it's just, I guess, I don't know. I just relate to Eve. I mean, I'm not athletic, but, like, her sense of humor is totally me. So, I guess I could put the stuff in the inventory. I think I'll keep the dresser out. Heck yeah. I don't want this. Get rid of it. Thank you. Anyways, so I saw that she was on a new show that's a Netflix original. It's called Unbelievable. And for those of you who are triggered, easily offended by sexual assault, rape kind of thing, this is not the show for you. Because it is very, like, that's like the whole theme of the show, basically, that a girl, Eve, I don't know her real name, shame on me, but her character, I believe is like Marie, something like that, she gets raped. And I currently am believing that it is real, but so many people, like, these two detectives, especially one of them, has been, like, so harsh that, are you sure it's real? Are you sure that she's changed her story? And now no one believes her. She can't, like, do her job properly. It's affecting her. And I get the feeling it is true, but she has been pressured into basically either believing it's not true, or just to get them to leave her alone, she says it's not true, but I get the feeling it is, that it really did happen. She really was raped. She gets, like, clear memories, and, like, at first she says she made up the story, then she's like, I dreamed it, and then, like, she's like, maybe I was hypnotized, which that really pushes the detective, the mean one, over the edge. He's like, listen, you were raped, you weren't. It's like, I mean, so it's like some serious themes here, but at the same, it's really good. I didn't realize it was a show, actually. I thought it was just a movie. I saw that it was like 58 minutes long. I'm like, wow, this is a really short movie. And so when, like, it was 5 minutes until the first episode, and you're like, what? Is it supposed to still be going? But then it started the countdown at the bottom corner, you know, next episode will start in 5 minutes. I'm like, wait, it's a series? So I started the second episode. I haven't been able to get more than about 15 minutes into it. And I thought maybe they were going to leave Eve's character, Marie. I thought they were maybe just going to, like, leave her, like, each episode is different. Like, the first few episodes are all, like, different stories. And then, like, we come together for, like, say episode 5 or something. But no, they keep hopping back to Eve. I keep calling her Eve. I think it's Marie. I think is her name. They keep hopping back to her. And, you know, basically how she's still being affected. Stuff like that. How no one trusts her. She can't do her job properly, kind of thing. It's a whole mess. But I don't know. I mean, I plan on watching the whole thing. We will see if I do. I don't know. I don't want to lose it. Like, I can see myself possibly losing interest. I don't want to, but I can see it happening. So I don't know. That's what I've been, or I recorded actually a part of this earlier. I've been watching that show. That's been about that's been about it that I've been doing today. I haven't been doing much. I mean, so yesterday was homecoming. I've only ever been to homecoming 1 year. I haven't bothered going the other years. I haven't bothered to go. After, like, the first time I went and hated it, I have not bothered to go since. And my friend talked me into going this year. And so, I mean, I went. I had a dress that was for my cousin's wedding. And I'm like, I can just wear it to homecoming too. Plus, I love the dress. Like, I love this dress. It's so pretty. I went and got my hair styled. I personally painted my own, like, I painted my fingernails. Oop, that's not what I wanted. Hate it when the game does that. Like, I spent pretty much all day preparing for this, and this same friend was like, why don't we just go, like, she basically dragged me to taking pictures with her friends. I don't really know these girls that she had me go with. Well, these girls, and one of them had a date. So this one guy, like, I know one of them. The one that had the date, I know her because she's in my first hour class. That's the only way that I know her. I don't know any of the other girls. I don't know this girl's date. Like, I've seen him around school before, but I have no idea who he is. So, like, there was that. We went everywhere for pictures. We had to take pictures at this local, like, rundown theater. We took pictures at a fire station. We took pictures at my friend's house. We took pictures at her friend's house. And then we had a taco bar. I am surprised none of us spilt it all over ourselves. Because, like, the tacos were really good, but they were really messy. So, again, really surprised we didn't just spill all over ourselves, because I was waiting for that to happen. But I don't know, I wasn't expecting much for homecoming. I really wasn't, after how much I hated it the first year. But, I mean, I had some hope. I'm like, well, I've transferred schools since the first homecoming I went to, so maybe this time it'll be different. Well, that was a stupid hope, because it wasn't any different. When I first went to homecoming, we did pictures at my house. My mom did my makeup, but I'm sorry, it did not look good on me. Like, I'm not saying that my mom doesn't know how to do makeup, but for what she did for me, it didn't look good. It was way too bold. Like, the lipstick was, like, super bright. That makeup was really bright, and I was wearing a black dress, so it just didn't work. It didn't work well at all. So, that was a mess in and of itself. And then, the friend that I went with, the moment, like, we went out to eat, and then she spilled something on herself. When she saw the stain on her dress, she accused Ellie of peeing on her. Yes, Ellie pees on people when she gets excited, but she didn't even touch Ellie when we were here. There's no way Georgie peed on her. Like, there's no way. So, I was kind of annoyed that she was accusing Ellie of peeing on her. And then we go to the dance, and she ditches me to go hang out with her other friends. She doesn't hang around. No, she ditches me to go hang out with her other friends. And so I am left all by myself pretty much the whole night. I don't like that it won't, like, I want it to be on that middle square. So, no, I need to turn move objects off. I can tell you. So, like, that was a terrible experience with my old school. I, like, once they stopped allowing students in, they locked us into the school. We were not allowed to leave. And I know that was for, like, so that kids weren't, like, sneaking off to go do things and stuff like that. Like, I can understand their reason. But at the same time, for kids that were miserable like me, we weren't allowed to have our parents come pick us up. Because I wasn't driving yet. So, thank God I had my phone. I took my phone, I had my book on my phone, and I sat up against the bleachers for about 3 hours reading my phone because no one paid me any attention. The teachers just walked right past. They didn't care that they had a student sitting out to the side who wasn't enjoying herself. They, none of the students, none of my friend, her group of friends, none of, like, my, like, acquaintances, I guess, like, people that, like, I don't mind, but I wasn't close with, none of them paid me any mind. Like, I was just by myself all night. So, we get to homecoming this year, new school. The gym is packed. The music is way too loud. Don't get me wrong. I like having my music loud. I like having a heavy bass. But this was so bad that I was watching the tables rattle. Like, you could hear the tables rattle from the music being so loud. And it was giving me a headache. And it was the whole gym. This gym is huge. It was the whole gym, and it was still super packed. And the fact that everyone was there with a date just reminded me even more. I'm single. I may joke about being a single Pringle, but I don't like the fact, okay? So, we get there. My friend, her friend talked her into wearing high heels. And I'm not talking, 2 or 3 inches. No, these are, 5-inch heels. My friend does not wear heels. So I'm listening to her the whole time we're taking pictures. The way, the whole time to and from the friend's house where supper was, standing in line at the dance. I'm listening to her complain about the heels. I'm like, well, then you shouldn't have let them put you in heels. If you don't like wearing them, you shouldn't have let them talk you into it. She's like, well, it wasn't my choice. Yes, it was. If you didn't want to wear heels, I guess the past, she's gone every year. I guess the past 2 years, she's worn Converse with her dress. Why couldn't she have worn Converse this year? Or found some sandals or something? It's not... I was getting annoyed. I'm like, stop chewing off my ear about the fact that you decided to wear heels. Because it was your choice in the end. You could have told them no. Well, then, she kept pointing out, her dress was, they ordered a size bigger. I had to order my dress a size bigger. They just simply did not have my size in stock. So, we went a size bigger. The only thing that didn't work with my dress was the fact that the sleeves were just a tad too long, and there was no adjusting them. So, if I sat a certain way, my sleeves would fall off my shoulder, because they were just spaghetti strap sleeves. But it was easy. It just took me simply pushing the sleeve back up. It wasn't anything awful. Well, her dress was a size too big, and she thought she was showing too much cleavage, and she kept complaining about how short the dress was. I'm like, she ordered, she did that Amazon wardrobe thing, and she ordered, who is this guy? Okay. She ordered, numerous different dresses, and then, she sent back the one that didn't work. Or she sent back the multiple, the ones that didn't work. I'm like, girl, you're the one who chose this one. You tried it on, saw how short it was. You tried it on, saw how much cleavage it was showing. And this is the dress that you picked. Yet she continued to complain about this dress. Why did you leave the field trip? Zephyr. They won't be at school for very long, but still. So, like, every little thing she was complaining about, she's like, can we just point out, how short this dress is? Can we just point out how much cleavage I'm showing? Can we just, I'm just like, stop. I think she was trying, like, fishing for compliments. I think she was full out fishing for compliments. She wanted me to, oh, I just look that bad. Girl, you look fine. And I had already done that numerous times. I finally got to the point I'm like, I'm just not going to comment. Because you keep saying the same thing. You keep commenting, it's so short. You keep commenting, you have too much cleavage. Okay, I get it. I've already assured you that you look fine. She just, I don't know. Ugh. So then we get to the dance. Again, way too crowded. It is so crowded. It is way too crowded. And she keeps running off. She's like, I'll be right back. Then she runs off to go hang out with friends. And then she'll come back like 10 minutes later. People are walking all over my dress because it was a high-low dress. And unless I was in heels, like, the train dragged on the floor behind me. And no matter how tight I pulled the train around me to keep people from stepping on it, they still would get, like, there's my timer. They would still get way too close and stomp right on the train. I'm surprised I don't have tears in it. But see, I had to take my heels off once I got in. It was like a rule that you had to take your shoes off to be able to, like, be in the dance. They didn't want you scratching up the floors or something, which was stupid. So I didn't have my shoes on. The train dragged a lot behind me. People were walking all over it. So I'm trying to keep out of everyone's way so my dress makes it all the way through the night. And she'll come back, she'll talk with me for a few minutes, and she'll disappear. Then she'll come back, talk with me for a little while longer, and then she'll disappear. And then my other friend shows up with the boyfriend. And he was really nice. Like, he was genuinely a nice guy. I joked around. I was joking with her that, so, like, she doesn't like Mexican food, and that's his favorite type of food. He's allergic to cats and dogs. She loves cats and dogs. Stuff like that. And so I joked with her, I'm like, I'm gonna tell him when I meet him, like, the points that he has going against him. And she's like, don't you dare. I'm like, I'm going to. So he shows up, and sure enough, I'm like, okay. She's like, Kate, don't. I'm like, I'm going to do this. And he's like, no, tell me, I want to know. So I, like, start listing off the things, like, you like Mexican food, you're allergic to cats and dogs. If that was me, peace out, boyfriend. Not for me, dogs come first. And he's like laughing. He's totally chill. He's not, like, freaking out at meeting one of the friends. Like, he has no problem laughing and joking back with me. Like, I like him, okay? And that honestly settles, like, I was really uneasy about her dating this guy. Because he doesn't live in town. She's moving really fast. We're only dating him, like, about a month and a half now. Was that supposed to be a Of Mice and Men reference? Let's see, how can we play this? Of Meese and Geese, I don't know. I know you need to end this part, but I want to finish my homecoming story, okay? Because I got so many other stories. So, I'm glad that I got to meet the boyfriend again. It settled a lot of my, like, worries and things. So, they had only been there for maybe 30 minutes before they leave to go have fun elsewhere, if you catch my drift. And so, I went again by myself. But see, they were doing henna because it's like, it was a Hawaiian theme. So, I guess they thought henna was Hawaiian when it's more Indian. Anyways, I had signed the henna release form. I love henna. I hate tattoos, I'm not gonna lie, I don't like tattoos, but I love henna. I write on myself, I draw on myself. My parents are like, you're gonna get a tattoo someday. I'm like, no, I'm not, because I like that my pen comes off, I like that a henna will eventually fade. So I got my henna tattoo. It's like a lotus flower, and then it kind of swirls up and down my pointer finger and just past my wrist. And I told myself I was not getting something on my hand. I have to wash my hands too often for work. But I loved this one. I thought it was so pretty. I'm like, I just have to do it. So I did. And then I'd only been there for about an hour by now. My friend keeps wandering off, coming back, wandering off, coming back, and then I see the friend that ditched me from my old school. And I have only heard from her twice since I left, which has now been about 2 years ago. And the first time was to ask if she could borrow a book that I don't own. And the second time was to tell me that she was praying for me, that she thought of me, and she wanted to hang out soon. That was like Christmas time last year. And I have yet to hear from her. So, oh no, and then there was a third time. She was asking if I knew about people talking trash about her. I'm like, no. I don't even know who you're talking about. She's like, oh, okay, bye. And then she shows up at this dance. And she just kind of smiles and waves at me like, I have no idea who you are, but hello. I'm like, really? We can talk about Eloise, sure, why not? So, like, it was just, I got to the point, I was my friend's ride there, but I was texting my dad, I'm like, I don't even know why I bothered trying this. This is a disaster. Why did I do this? And he's like, just leave. Like, you come right on home. If you're really that uncomfortable, don't bother staying. And so I did. I'm like, girl, I'm sorry. You got like 5 bajillion other friends here. You couldn't find another ride home. And she's like, oh yeah, I'll just catch a ride home with the other friend, the one like we'd gone to her house. Yeah, she's like, I'll just catch a ride home with her. I'm like, okay, peace out, bye, and I left. And I came home, and I took a shower. I took all my makeup off, and I just curled up in bed and basically fell asleep. I slept for like a solid 12 hours, which is a miracle for me. But yeah, so I can't believe I spent this long talking about this. I just accidentally opened Netflix. So I am really sorry that this part is actually super long. I'm going to end it here. I wanted to tell this whole story. I didn't want to like break it up. 'Cause trust me, I got quite a few other stories that I need to share with you guys. So yeah, but I will end it here. To keep this part from being super long, I'm going to save the twins' makeovers for the next part, because I still have to age up Ronan as well, which I actually kind of forgot about. So thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. In the description is my gaming channel is linked. If you guys like to go check that out, that'd be great and totally appreciated. And yeah, so thank you guys, and I'll see you guys all in my next video. Bye guys.